Assalamu alaikum, dear secondary 2 students everywhere. I am Muhammad Yahya, your English teacher. Today we are going to study the grammar of Unit 3, future forms. Let's look at these questions. What are you doing this weekend? What are you going to do when you finish school? Where will you live when you are 30 years old? Let's look at the future forms for predictions, decisions, and plans. When we predict something, we use either going to or will. We use going to for predictions based on evidence. We can see the future in the present. We see things coming. There is a present evidence, so we use going to with predictions with evidence. Look out, you're going to break that glass. I can see it now. I can see the future. We use will for predictions based on intuition. We think or believe things about the future. We don't have evidence, just intuition. Heads. Don't give him your watch. He will break it, I think, or because I know him. For decisions, we use going to or will. We use going to for decisions that are already made when we speak. I'm going to eat pasta tonight. I have already made this decision. But will, we are making the decision at the moment of speaking. An instant decision. A quick decision. I'll have a soup and fish and the chips. I'll have a soup and fish and the chips. For plans, we use either going to or present continuous. Going to and the present continuous are often both possible for future plans. We use going to express the idea of intention. I have an intention. I am going to spend the summer holiday in England. I'm going to spend the summer holiday in England. I have intended to do that, or I have an intention. We use a present continuous for fixed plans with a definite time and or a place. Arrangements. We use the present continuous for arrangements. Fixed plans. I am meeting Paul at the cinema at 8 o'clock. I have arranged this. Look at the decisions. Choose the best form. That shirt is dirty. Oh yes, I'm going to or I will wash it. This is a quick decision. So the answer is oh yes, I'll wash it. Look at the plans. In 3 of these sentences, the present progressive, which is continuous, is possible. Which 3? Jack is going to arrive at 4 o'clock. I'm going to learn Spanish one of these days. I'm going to fly to Glasgow tomorrow. Alan is going to tell me about his problems. We are going to spend the next week in Ireland. Are you going to answer those letters? Which 3 sentences do you think we can use the present progressive? Yes, number 2. I'm going to learn Spanish one of these days. It's going to. But if we looked at number 1, Jack is going to arrive at 4 o'clock. This is an arrangement, so we can say Jack is arriving at 4 o'clock. Number 3. I'm going to fly to Glasgow tomorrow. I can say I'm flying, not I'm going to fly. I'm flying to Glasgow tomorrow. Number 4, Alan is going to tell me about his problems. This is normal, going to. We are going to spend next weekend in Ireland. We can say we are spending next week in Ireland if we have arranged everything. So the 3 sentences that we can use the present progressive in them, we can use number 1, number 3, and number 5. Look at these time clauses. After, before, as soon as, until, and when. After them we use the present simple or the present perfect, and then we use the future simple. When we talk about 2 events in the future, we can use one sentence with a future tense clause. A future time clause may begin with after, as soon as, once, or when. These time words come before the earlier action. Look at this timeline. Now, finish my homework, go to bed. I say after I finish my homework, I will go to bed. Or after I have finished my homework, I'll go to bed. After I finish my homework, I'll go to bed. As soon as I finish my homework, I'll go to bed. Once I finish my homework, I'll go to bed. When I finish my homework, I'll go to bed. What do you notice about the verbs in these sentences? Yes, all the sentences after, as soon as, once, and when we use present simple. And second sentence, we use future simple. After I finish my homework, I'll go to bed. As soon as I finish my homework, I'll go to bed. Once I finish my homework, I'll go to bed. Or when I finish my homework, I'll go to bed. The verb after the time word is simple present, even though it will happen in the future. But before is used. Before is in another time word. It comes before the later action, for the second action. Before I go to bed, I'll finish my homework. Or I'll finish my homework before I go to bed. Until is another time word. It comes before the earlier action if that action will continue up to the second action. Until I go to bed, I'll do my homework. We can put the time clause at the beginning or end of the sentence. After I finish my homework, I'll go to bed, or I'll go to bed after I finish my homework. As soon as I finish my homework, I'll go to bed, or I'll go to bed as soon as I finish my homework. If it's at the beginning, use a comma to make your sentence easier to read. If it's at the end, you don't need a comma. In any of these sentences, you can use present perfect after the time word. It emphasizes that the action will be completed. So when we use the present perfect instead of a present simple, we emphasize that the action will be completed. Once I have finished my homework, I'll go to bed. Or I'll go to bed when I have finished my homework. Of course, this is less common than simple present. Use when or while if two future events will happen at the same time. While my roommate sleeps, I'll be doing my homework. When my roommate sleeps, I'll be doing my homework. Because the two events will happen at the same time, the order of clauses doesn't matter. While my roommate sleeps, I'll be doing my homework. My roommate will be sleeping while I do my homework. Just remember, the verb after the time word should be simple present. Got it? Okay. We have another type of future. It's called the future continuous and the future perfect. Can you see the differences here? Number one, in 2 years' time, I'll write my novel. In 3 years' time, I'll be writing my novel. In 4 years' time, I'll have written my novel. Did you notice the difference? In 2 years' time, I'll write my novel. It's just an intention. In 3 years' time, I'll be writing my novel. In 3 years' time, I'll be writing my novel. I will be already writing my novel. I won't have finished it. In 4 years' time, I'll have written my novel. My novel will have been written and completed in 4 years' time. Look at the future continuous. We form the future continuous using will, be, plus verb plus ing. We use it to say that an action will be in progress at a certain time in the future. Examples: this time tomorrow I'll be lying on the beach in the sun. Don't phone me between 7 and 8, as we'll be having dinner then. What will you be doing tomorrow at 12? This is a polite question. The future continuous can also be used as an alternative to the present continuous. Yes, to talk about things which are already planned or decided. E.g., I'll be going to the gym tomorrow afternoon. I'll be going. Can say I'm going to the gym tomorrow afternoon, or I'll be going to the gym tomorrow afternoon. What about the future perfect? To form a verb in the future perfect, we use will, have, plus past participle. We use it to say that something will be finished before a particular time in the future. The typical time expressions used with the future perfect are in plus time, in 3 weeks, in 2 years, in 10 hours time, by Saturday, by next year, by the end of this year, by the time you arrive, and so on. Look at some examples. By this time next month, I'll have done all the work. It means that the work will be finished next month at the least, or at the latest. In 5 years' time, I'll have 2 children. In 5 years' time, I'll have had 2 children. By the time we get to the cinema, the film will have started. The action will have completed before this time. Now we are going to see some exercises and going to answer them. Okay, dear students, now let's answer some exercises on the future tense sense. Number 1, the train to arrive at 12:30. When we speak about timetables in the future or schedules, we use the present simple. The train leaves at so and so, and in this sentence, the train arrives at 12:30. Number 2, we to have dinner at a seaside restaurant on Sunday. This is an intention or a decision, so we use going to. We are going to have dinner at a seaside restaurant on Sunday. Number 3, it to snow in Brighton tomorrow evening. It's just a prediction, so we use will. It will snow in Brighton tomorrow evening. Number 4, on Friday at 8 o'clock, I, my friend. This is a fixed arrangement, so we use the present continuous. On Friday at 8 o'clock, I am meeting my friend. Or I can say I'm going to meet if it's just a plan. Number 5, Paul to fly to London on Monday morning. Paul is flying to London if it's a fixed arrangement, or is going to fly to London if it's just an intention or a plan. Wait, I to drive you to the station. Wait, I'll drive you to the station. It's a quick decision. I will drive you to the station. Number 7, the English lesson to start at 8:45. The English lesson starts. This is a timetable. The English lesson starts at 8:45. Number 8, are you still writing your essay? If you, by 4 p.m., we can go for a walk. Are you still writing your essay? If you, by 4 p.m., we can go for a walk. If you finish by 4 p.m., we can go for a walk. Number 9, I to see my mother in April. I am seeing or I am going to see my mother in April. Number 10. Look at the clouds. It to rain in a few minutes. This is a prediction based on evidence. So look at the clouds. It's going to rain in a few minutes. Number 11. When they to get married in March, they together for 6 years. When they get married in March, they will have been together for 6 years. We used here in second future continuous. When they get married in March, they will have been together for 6 years. You are carrying too much. The door for you. This is a quick decision, or it's an offer here. I'll open the door for you. Do you think the teacher to mark our homework by Monday morning? Do you think the teacher will mark our homework by Monday morning? Number 14. When I to see you tomorrow, you my new book. When I see you tomorrow, I'll show you my new book. I have a time clause here. When I see you tomorrow, I'll show you my new book. Okay, dear students, we came to the end of our lesson. See you next time. Goodbye.